Hi everyone, it's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do an episode of No Digitals Allowed. And I have several pieces here on my desk. And I'm going to work on a pocket and a journal card or a tag. I haven't decided which yet to put down inside of the pocket. So this is the materials I have chosen. Excuse me. So I have this piece of handmade paper. We're using a lot of handmade papers today. So this is going to be, it's a little sturdier, so it's going to be the actual pocket. And then I have these handmade papers, and these were given to me by a co-worker who actually made these papers herself in a graphics art class from when she was in college. They had to make handmade papers as one of their projects, and she didn't have a use for them anymore, and so she gave them to me. And so I have been hoarding them and using just little pieces at a time. So I'm going to use some scrap pieces from that. I'm going to use this napkin, which Jodi sent to me in a Happy Mail. And I'm going to use this bird down here, I think. And then I have a sticker out of the Kathy Holden sticker book. And I'm going to use that. So, and then I have some gesso and some gel matte medium for the gluing. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some gesso on here. And the reason I'm going to do that is I want a white background to put the napkin down on rather than this kind of beigey color. So I'm going to get the gesso on there, and then we will let that dry. And oh, that didn't want to come open. I'm just going to put some on here and then kind of scrape it around with a putty knife. Just to kind of give me a wider background. So we're very much doing the mixed media thing today. Okay. Kind of like that. Just to kind of give me a lighter background to put the napkin on. Alright, so while that is drying for a second, it should dry pretty quickly. I'm going to take my napkin apart. Oop, don't put it on. Don't put it on the wet gesso. That wouldn't be good. And let's see if I can get these apart, because I don't have my tape over here. So when you're using napkins, for those of you that are new, you want to take just the solid layer, or the single layer, and use just it. So you want to peel the other layers off. If it's a pretty quality napkin, you probably have 2 blank layers. Sometimes there's just one, but this one had 2. And you can choose to save these. These make really good decoupage items for pushing something into the background. So I will throw these in my bin for a future project. And then I'm going to take my water pen and I'm going to go around. I don't want any of that border there. And I do not want straight edges. So we're going to wet around where we want to tear it. There we go. And then we should be able to now rip this right where we wet it. So that we get kind of a nice little frayed edge all the way around. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more over here. Okay, so now we have our bird, and we might use another one on the journal card. Not sure yet. Alright, and that is not totally dry, so I'm going to hit it with a heat gun for just a second. So hope everybody's having a good day. If you're staying cool, if you're in the part of the country that got all the heat going on, we definitely have some in the 90s. There we go. I think that's good. As Tim Holt said, how do you tell when something's dry? You touch it. If it feels dry, it's dry. That's his big saying. Okay. I didn't like that little pointy piece. Now, what I want to do is, since this is going to be my pocket right here, I want to take these handmade papers, and I want to build this out so that it comes to this edge and have a little bit of these papers exposed as it comes out. So, for example, this one I want to put on there kind of like that. So we'll do that one first, and I'm just going to use glue stick. And I want just a tad of that sticking out. Okay. And then I'm going to use this one. I love this one. It has all kinds of different colors of paper fibers in there. Okay, and so my green needs to go here, and I think I'm going to glue it to the back edge, this edge. And let it overhang just a little bit. I need to move that up. Do I care? No, I don't mind. I can just tear off this corner and we'll be good. All right, and so now we will glue across the bottom and up the side. Oops. That wasn't right, was it? Bet y'all were yelling at me. No. Fixable. And then tear this. There is our pocket. And then I want to put the bird right down here. But I think I want to maybe put a little bit of book page or music. Music would be my first choice because it's birds. And birds sing. Let me see if I have some in my scrap bin so I don't have to jump up and get it. I may not have. I've got some German book page. Let's see what that would look like. Okay, I like that idea. So let's put this down. Hopefully I can get some glue on it without ripping it. I think I want to put just a little bit more gesso right down here over the book page. Right down here. Kind of push that in the background. Kind of make that edge kind of disappear. Alright, I got too many things going on here. Too many things. Okay. So again, let me zap that a second. It's very thin, so it should just take a second. Okay. Now, we're going to put our bird on here. Just trying to decide now exactly where I want him. Do I want that branch going off the edge? I think I do. So about right there. So I'm going to put that down with matte gel medium. Put this on here. Stick my bird down. And very gently coat the top of it so I don't rip it. Okay, we have that down, and then this is going to go up here. And like I said, this was a sticker out of the Kathy Holden sticker book, but as you can see, it looks way too new, so we need to snazz that up a little bit. Get that out of the way. Wipe my little silicone squeegee thing off. Alright, so let's ink this up. put a couple wrinkles in it and then lightly go over it with the inker. So that's going to go right there. Okay, and I think we're going to add some gold splatters. So let me grab my gold watercolor and a brush. Where's my fan brush? Where are you, brush? Do I not have my... Alright, that's just a brush. It's a fan brush, and I let it get very grody. So that the bristles would get very stiff. And then I'm gonna spray some water. And we're gonna put some gold splatters on this puppy. I use Van Gogh watercolor in the tube, and the color is deep gold. Just add some water, make it really watery. And then hit the brush. With my scissors. Let me see if I can get some bigger ones. Those are all pretty tiny. And these watercolors are a little bit more expensive, but if all you're going to use them for is stuff like this, like splattering and stuff, I've had this tube forever. So, you know, you're going to more than get your money out of them. There we go. I'm wondering, do we need another color as well? And if you don't want to waste that, you can take a piece of scrap paper and soak it up. I'm going to take this piece of file folder and just kind of smush it on here. Make some collage fodder. I always have trouble saying that word. There we go. And set that and let it dry. You can use it for something, I'm sure. Made a mess on my desk now. All right, now let's decide what we're gonna do for the card or tag to go inside. Let me zap that and dry it just so I don't stick my fingers in it. I feel like I need to ink around the whole pocket too, so I'll do that as well. Just kind of frame it out a little bit. It's still damp. A little damp. Alright, so for the tag, I'm going to use, this is the envelope that, or part of the envelope that Jodi sent me the napkins in, and my little pig. There's my little pig. She hasn't made it to my Jeep yet, but that's her. She's hanging on my camera arm right now. So I'm going to make the tag out of this. So the first thing I need to do is glue this seam down. Okay, and then I have somewhere I have a piece of book page. This is out of an English-Greek dictionary. And it has these little pages. It had these little pages in the back that said notes on it. And so I'm going to put that on there. But first thing I'm going to do is fold this in half. And cut it even. Just to make it a little more sturdy so it's more like a tag. And then I'm going to put a piece of this on one side of it. Let me make sure it's going to fit first. I think it may be a little tall. And it may be a little wide too. No, it's not too wide. It might be a little tall. No, it's not really too tall either. By the time we chomp the corners and all that. So let's do that. Okay, and put our hole in the top. Ink around it. Okay, glue it together. Together. Excuse me. I'm still suffering from the hay stuff, but it is doing better. I think it would help if we would get some rain and kind of calm all that down. Alright, and then I'm going to put this back here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. And then make it where you can flip it out and have like a full page and a half page. So you can write on the, flip it out and write on the whole part of it. Did I? No. I was trying to say, did I just ink the wrong side? But I didn't. Okay, and then on this side, I really like the stencil pattern. I may not do anything to it. I could put one of these. I had gotten out these, which are also Kathy Holden. And it's like hotels, fancy hotels. This one's Hotel DuPont. Let's put that down there. And do we want to do another one of the birds? Not that one, that's the same one, isn't it? That's a different one. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Or do I just want to do maybe like one of the butterflies? Or the dragonflies? No, let's do the bird. Okay, let's see if I got it wet enough. do it about there. All right, so we're gonna put down the matte gel again. Very gently. Now, I have found using this matte gel that I have more success getting these down without ripping them with either one of the silicone makeup brushes or with a spatula rather than a paintbrush. It seems like whenever I try to do it with a paintbrush, I end up ripping it. So I have more success. But you definitely can, you know, pick your preference as to what you want to use for that. Now this time I'm kind of doing it in the opposite order because now that I have this down, I'm going to take some gesso and put it on here. Again, we need to dry. Sorry, there's a lot of drying in this one. And what I want to do with the gesso this time is I want to use just enough to blend the white from the napkin into the background. And I might even use my finger tool. So I'm going to take just kind of where the napkin ends. My finger just a little bit. Oops, kind of rubbed it all off there. Try to get it off my bird. Okay. Ready? Now, what do I want to do? I think I want to add a little bit of stamping to that. And try not to stick my hands all in that gesso like I'm doing, getting it all over me. Let's see. I think I want some script. Or first let's do, even over here, I feel like there's a lot of blank space. What do we have for a red stamp? Okay, and over here, let's do maybe an orangey looking. No, I don't want it there. Okay, and then we can do a postmark. And I still want some scripty bits on here. Sorry. Do them in brown. Sorry, guys. Oh, I've got this too. The bird's nest. Forgot I pulled it out. Let's do that. Use just part of it. And save the other half for something else. Okay, now, scripty bits. I think that's got it. I don't mind the negative space over here. So then, if we slide this down in here, it's gonna stick up about that far. So that'd be good. I'll get a little piece of scrap lace or ribbon or something to put in the top of that. And then we can mount it. When you mount it, you would glue down, you know, as a pocket, or you could, I wouldn't recommend a tuck on this side. Although it is solid paper right there, you could do a tuck on this side. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because you're not going to tear this paper. This paper is really hard to hand tear on its own, so you're not going to tear it. And that would actually look kind of cute with another card sticking out of there. So there you go. There's our make for today. Jodi, thanks for the supplies. I think it came out really cute. And we used no digitals and got rid of some more scrappies. That's always a good combination. So that wraps this one up. And again, I apologize for the gravelly voice. And hopefully we'll get some rain soon and it'll wash all that hay stuff away, and I can do away with all the scratchy throat and stuff going on. It's starting to get on my nerves now, and it's always bad or worse, I think, when you feel fine, and something like that is just annoying you to no end, and that's about where I am with it. So again, thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys back tomorrow for I Saw It on Pinterest. Until then, everybody have a good evening. Bye.